Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you like the brand new intro. I've spent a couple of minutes making that in Canva. Anyway, today we're going to be talking a little bit about traditional marketing versus digital marketing. And hopefully that intro got your attention, which was the idea. Because what I want to do is I want to, sort of get your head around the fact that it doesn't matter whether you market digitally or if you market traditionally. You've still got to get people's attention so they listen to your message and they tune in and they want to hear what it is you've got to say. Now, it's a question we get a lot: traditional marketing versus digital marketing. What should I do with my business? And to be honest with you, there really is no simple answer. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down a little bit about the way that you should be thinking about marketing and whether or not digital is somewhere where you can really capitalize and start generating good quality leads for your business. Because if your customers or your prospective customers are hanging around on digital mediums, then you could definitely benefit from it. I was actually listening to a podcast this morning, and it was a guy who did early children's education. In fact, so early that he's now teaching kids from 2 to 5 to read. And he was talking about how he gets a lot of sales for his online course. He sells an online course from TikTok. And so I'm hearing this more and more. So digital marketing, is to me is no different to traditional marketing. I just think it's the platform on which you distribute your message. And so we'll talk a bit about that today, because I think it's important for you to understand that it doesn't matter where you market your business. If your target market are there and you're hitting them with the right message and you've got a good offer and a reason for them to buy from you, it doesn't matter whether you call it traditional, whether you call it digital. The reality is that's going to resonate with your marketplace. Now, when people ask me this question, I'm assuming what they mean is traditional is things like television, radio, newspaper, maybe direct mail, maybe something like the Yellow Pages, which I don't think exists anymore in a printed format. But I'm thinking that's probably what people are thinking about when they're thinking about traditional marketing, maybe even cold calling or telesales. And then when they talk about digital marketing, they talk about things like Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram advertising, maybe social media, email marketing, SEO, so search engine optimization, or things like that. To me, the question you should be asking yourself is not, do I do digital or do I do traditional? Before a step before that is you've got to work out what problems do you solve and who do you solve them for. Because once you answer that question, then it's going to be much easier for you to decide what platforms out of all of those, whether it's traditional or digital, that you use to market your business. So, for example, you might find that your target market responds really well to Facebook ads. Because what you do is easy to interrupt their day. Remembering, people aren't on Facebook to buy your stuff; they're there because they're wanting to be entertained. They want to be maybe educated by something, by joining groups, or maybe they're just catching up on family and friends. Who knows? So, but you might find that it works really effectively. You might find that the most effective thing, and we've seen this with some of our clients, that some of the older methods of marketing, things like direct mail, are working better than ever, or possibly even putting flyers in people's letterboxes is also working really well. And I would consider that to be traditional marketing. But once again, it's only working because they understand the problem they solve and who it is they help solve the problem. And so if you go back to that very basics of going, what problem is it I solve, and who do I solve the problem for, you're probably going to get a much better result from your marketing. And that's really the first place. So regardless of whether you use traditional or digital, I don't think it is a fight between the two. I think what it is a fight between your understanding that it doesn't matter versus that you think it matters. Really what we need to do is we need to think about all the problems that you solve. So my advice to you is grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, or open up a spreadsheet on your computer and just create one column of all the problems that you solve, and then work out who it is you solve those problems for, because that's going to help you then work out where they are. And then, for example, if you're, somebody who troubleshoots computers, maybe, email marketing or digital marketing is not a good idea, because that particular person's not on their computer at that point in time, right? Now, having said that, most people have got more than one device. That's probably a stupid example, but you think about it like that. You've got to go, well, what problem do I solve and who it is I'm solving them for? Then maybe I can start thinking about where that person is hanging out. The difference is, I think, with digital marketing is and this is where I think the biggest benefit to you as a business owner is it's much faster for you to get a message out to your market. It's much faster for you to test it and see what's working, and it's much faster for you to be able to tweak it or change it. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you decide that you're going to launch your Facebook campaign, and this is probably a typical sort of digital campaign on Facebook that I would recommend you do anyway. So you can take down these steps. The first thing to do is work out, what problem do you solve, and then you would create some sort of checklist, lead magnet, etc., to help the person solve that on a high level, right? Really simply put, they call it a lead magnet, right? So let's say. Let's use fitness, for example, because that's something everybody can relate to. Let's say the problem that you solve is you can help people get fitter faster so they can do something they haven't done before, maybe like run a 5K run. So what you can do then, if that's your target market, is you could create a checklist to say, here's the 10 steps to, running 5Ks in 30 days, something like that. And you could turn that into a lead magnet that you could then advertise on Facebook. Now, if your target market is on Facebook and that resonates with them, they're going to download that. They're going to download that lead magnet. They're going to go into your email database. And before you know it, you're going to be communicating with a potential customer because you've set a message out on that platform that related to them, that resonated with them, that got them excited, that got them to opt in. Doesn't really matter that it's digital. You could have also sent something out in the mail to 10,000 people, and the same thing could have happened, right? So it's not necessarily the fact that it was digital. The benefit of digital is it enables you to try it quickly, get that out there, put the ad. And the good thing with something like Facebook is you don't need a website, you don't need a landing page. You can use a lead ad, you advertise it, and pretty quickly, within a couple of days, you'll know whether or not that's effective. Now, we've got some of our customers have got leads coming into their business for as little as 33 cents a lead. That's right, 33 friggin' cents a lead. I mean, that is incredible when you think about it, that you can generate a lead for 33 cents a lead. So, when it comes to digital versus traditional, to be able to test a campaign, get it up and running that quickly and get a result like that is incredible. We've got other, ourselves, some of our own lead generation campaigns are costing us $6 or $7 a lead. Now that's still incredible, but it's not 33 cents a lead, 33 cents a lead is just phenomenal. But the good thing is that the ones of ours that are costing us $6, $7, $8 a lead, we're able to go in today and just tweak it a little bit, change the photo, change the text. Now we couldn't do that in the old days of traditional marketing. And you can't now either, really, right? So once you've decided you're going to do a direct mail, you're going to do a flyer, maybe a television ad, who knows, right? Once you've done the creative, that's it. You can't change it once it goes live. It's too hard. In fact, it's impossible. Things like direct mail are a little bit easier. You can do small, like maybe 500 or 1,000, test it, do another 500, 1,000. But if you're doing some of the other things that are more traditional, like we used to do in the old days, like yellow pages, right? Yellow pages, we used to have to submit our artwork for our yellow pages ad bloody months before it came out, right? So months and months before, we had to create our artwork. We had to submit it. They then obviously got the book printed, and it was months before it was seen by anybody and before we'd even know whether or not that ad was effective. And then if it wasn't, you had to wait another year before you could change it, before you could do another one. And there were still people using the old one, the old book, right? So not everybody, bothered switching over to using the new book when that was delivered. So it was a very, very clunky way of doing things. So probably the biggest thing when you look at digital marketing versus traditional marketing is the ability for you as a business owner to be fluid, to be able to change things up quickly, test things, know what's working, within, no more than 7 days, typically, from a lead generation point of view, and be able to get stuff to market very, very quickly. So, you're able to create a campaign and launch it within a few days or a few hours if you're really savvy. And, that's the benefit for you. That really is the best benefit for you as a business owner when it comes to digital versus traditional. I don't really think you should be thinking about where do I market my business, but here's what I will say. If you've got an idea, let's say you're thinking, I could do a direct mail piece. I could send out 10,000 letters to a database. Before you do that, I would suggest you try it digitally. Try an email with that offer, or try an offer on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube or something like that. Try it somewhere first just to see what sort of a response you get before you go piling a heap of money into something that is going to be difficult to change once it's done. And that'd probably be the advice. So, traditional versus digital, they're both still very valid in today's world. You just need to understand what problem did you solve, who you solve that problem for, and then that will help you decide exactly how do you go about reaching that person in the most efficient manner. Where are they in the highest concentration? If you're if you're marketing to people that don't sit on Facebook or on the computer, or maybe it's a much older demographic, maybe it's people that are, I don't know, over 75, although you're probably going to be marketing to their adult children. There's different ways of thinking about it. So you've got to really understand what problem you solve and who you solve that problem for, and that will help you make that decision. All right. Now, if you want help with your digital marketing, we love to help people like you get amazing results with digital marketing. Isn't that funny? It's exactly what we do. So you can head across to our website, which is digitlc.com.au, and go and check that out. And there's lots of information on there. We've got a blog with some freebies. You can, down the bottom, there's a whole bunch of FAQs. There's all sorts of stuff there. But of course, you can also click on the button for a discovery call, which is a free session with myself. And that'll enable you to be able to have a quick chat with me to see whether or not we can help. Now, if we can help, then I will book you in for a more in-depth chat, which I call my digital marketing roadmap session. Totally no obligation, and it is no cost to you as well. But we will not book that in unless we can see a benefit. However, what I will tell you is during that 15-minute discovery call, I will give you a 3-step action plan to help you get more leads online. And I will not be offended if you decide just to run off with that into the sunset and generate your own leads online. But I'm hoping, of course, that you decide that you want to go to the next step, because that's what we do. We love helping people like you generate leads online. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today for this Facebook Live. I hope you found it helpful and a bit insightful when it comes to thinking about what type of marketing you do in your business. Digital marketing has definitely changed the way that we are able to test and refine what it is we do in our businesses, which is probably the most exciting thing for me. I hope you're excited by it too. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next live.